Time now for Sid and This is where I get some time to talk about whatever I want. Big news out of Quebec last week. Bill 21, a law that forbids some public sector workers from wearing religious insignia or clothing on the job, was enforced. A grade 3 substitute teacher named Fatima Envari was expelled from her school because she wouldn't take off her hijab. In Quebec, that's illegal. Supreme Court of Quebec also deemed it unconstitutional. The province appealed, and while they're appealing, have said they'll enforce it. Now, I'm no constitutional lawyer, but I would say this is super racist. The Prime Minister was asked about this yesterday. Trudeau said he deeply disagrees with the bill, but while it's still in the courts, he won't get involved so that people don't weaponize any federal intervention. Liberals won 35 seats in Quebec in the last election. There are plenty of reasons why you won't see federal intervention when it comes to this issue. Donovan Bennett of Sportsnet joins us. Donovan, this is one of those where I've been told 2 minutes, and it's a big one, so I'm going to step back, have your take. What do you think of this?
Thanks for bringing the light issues so early in the morning. In fairness, the Conservatives haven't been consistent on the issue either. The leader says one thing, MPs, some want to make it a wedge issue, others want to leave it alone. So I think on both sides of the aisle, we can say there's been a lack of clear commitment thus far. Maybe because this won't be determined in the House Commons. It'll be determined, as you mentioned, in the courts or the Supreme Court. And federal lawyers really can't make a challenge, an argument that hasn't already made. But I think, to your point, Sid, that's not the point. The point is there are some things that supersede provincial jurisdiction, and there's some things that just have us as Canadians declare who we are, right, at some points. And so, I am looking forward to watching Wednesday the Prime Minister on our air. Tune in, 7 p.m. on City. And one of the clips that was run earlier, he said, when talking about the two Michaels, we stood up for our values. And he later then said, because we didn't bend in our principles when talking about the two Michaels. Well, can we not apply that same logic to this issue? I think you can. And certainly when you see something like conversion therapy, where it wasn't a bipartisan issue, unilaterally, everyone stepped up quicker than anyone thought and said, we're all on the same page on this. Can we not apply the same logic and the same teamwork, the same sense of being a Canadian to this issue? Because here's what happened, and it is ostracizing teachers. Since 2019, many teachers have left the province. And that's the point. This has been going on since 2019. Leaders have been asked about this in 2 different elections. So clearly at this point, we would like to see our leaders say, this is what we stand for as a country. In the United States, all the time, when it's a human rights issue, people say, well, no, this is no longer a states issue. It's not housing or inflation. This is about who we are as a country. I would love to see the same. Even if it doesn't change the outcome, I think it would change the way we see ourselves as a country.
You alluded to it. We got about 30 seconds. This is so headed to the Supreme Court, right?
Factually correct. Yeah. And I think that's why you haven't seen intervention. But I think it would be a good show of faith for many if our leaders said clearly that not only they stand on one side, but they're willing to put all of their money behind it and support.
Agree 100%. He is Donovan Bennett from Sportsnet. Donovan, appreciate you, man. Well said. Talk soon. Have a good day.
Cheers, pal.
One and only Donovan Bennett. He is phenomenal. We're going to take a break.